In addition to Texas, Democrats are making a play to try to flip a Senate seat in Florida, Donald Trump's home state, of course. It's an uphill battle for Democrat Debbie Mucarsel-Powell. She's a congresswoman. She's taken on Republican U.S. Senator, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Democrats hope that they will get a big assist from two ballot measures, one to enshrine abortion rights, the other to legalize recreational marijuana. That could drive turnout. Joining me now is Democratic candidate for the Senate in Florida, former Congresswoman Debbie Mucarsel-Powell. And we just want to mention, of course, we've reached out to both Rick Scott and Ted Cruz campaigns, and we would welcome an interview with those candidates at any time. Congresswoman, Florida is now home to Donald Trump, and it's led by Ron DeSantis. Democrats have struggled to win statewide. So what makes you think the campaign could be competitive this year?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Andrea. Look, I've been traveling the state now for over a year, actually longer than that. I had been doing work for Giffords, reducing gun violence across our state. And I have been seeing for over a year, Floridians, families across the state rejecting the extreme policies that have been instituted by Rick Scott and also by DeSantis here as our governor. And we have been mobilizing for quite some time. The Amendment 4 ballot initiative, we received the signatures much earlier than expected, and it included a good portion of Republican voters that support this amendment. Rick Scott has said time and time again that he does not support Amendment 4. He supports the extreme ban on abortion, the 6-week ban. He just voted against IVF. What you saw in 2022 is that close to 1 million of our voters stayed home. They did not come out. Rick Scott has never run in a presidential election. We are going to see a huge amount of voters that will be voting for the Democrats in this election cycle that a lot of people don't realize. Florida has always been a swing state. I am now 1 point behind Rick Scott. We can win this race, but I need everyone that's watching right now. I know that we're excited about electing our first woman president, as we should be, and we need to work on that. But she will not be able to build on the progress that this administration has already built if we lose the Senate. And the best pickup opportunity is in Florida. So go to debbieforflorida.com, contribute to my race. I need you with me. Time is running out. We are 1 point below. I can win the seat. I know I can.
And do you think that those two ballot measures on abortion and marijuana will help in voter turnout?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been visiting campuses across the state, and young voters are very energized on not only coming out to support the vice president, but also to support the freedom for a woman to be able to make her own reproductive health care choices. And this is true for young women and young men across the state. And of course, a lot of people, regardless of political affiliation, support Amendment 4, but also support the right for adults to be able to use, for the legalization of adult use for marijuana users here in the state of Florida. And Rick Scott has vocally said that he's against both Amendment 3 and Amendment 4. And so these amendments need 60% to pass. And we are seeing in all the polling that over 62% of Floridians support Amendment 4. I just need 50 plus 1. And the polls are showing a path for me to be able to retain this seat. Rick Scott has been in government for 14 years. Floridians know that he committed the largest Medicare fraud in the history of this country. They also know that he wrote the preamble to Project 2025, his 11-point plan for America, where he's proposing to raise taxes on middle-class families, eliminate Medicare and Social Security. We have the largest number of seniors that live here in the state of Florida. And if you see anything, go and watch the energy at the villages. I mean, the second gentleman came to visit our state last week. I've been at the villages. We had a huge parade back in April. Florida is coming back, and I hope that people are paying attention to what we're about to do in November here.
And we just have a minute left, but let's talk about the Hispanic vote. You're the only Latina running for the Senate this year. How important is that vote?
Yeah. And, I hope to join Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. She's the only Latina that's been elected in this country. Our Latino community is one of the largest groups living in the United States. They deserve better representation. And I've been communicating and being in front of our communities here in the state of Florida, speaking to them in our language. I was born in Ecuador. My mother brought my sisters and I here looking for opportunities, for freedom, for safety. And a lot of Latinos Latinos here that live in our state came here for the same reason. And so they understand what it's like to come and work and have your community behind you and being able to achieve the American dream. And I'm here talking to you as the first Latina candidate to be at the top of the ticket here in the state of Florida because of what's possible in America. We can do it. I hope everyone joins this campaign, and I'm just really grateful for the support that I've been receiving across the state.